true Halloween night horror stories. Halloween night. It's the one night of the year when the veil is thin, when we invite the strange and the spooky to our doorsteps. We wear masks as a joke, pretending to be monsters. But we never stop to think that on this night, the real monsters might be pretending, too. These are 4 true stories from the one night you're supposed to expect the unexpected. Story 1. The Last House on the Lane Visual.
We've been waiting.
A group of teenagers, let's call them Jake and Mia, were hitting the rich neighborhood at the edge of town, the one known for full-size candy bars. As the night wore on, they came to the last house on a cul-de-sac. It was an old Victorian-style home, completely dark, no decorations. Its porch light, a dead, black eye. Most kids skipped it, but Jake, ever the brave one, said, "Come on, maybe they're just cheap. Let's give him a scare." They walked up the overgrown path. The air grew cold, and the sounds of other children laughing from down the street seemed to fade into a muffled silence. Jake rang the bell. No answer. He knocked. The heavy oak door creaked open just an inch. From the darkness within, a pale, slender hand emerged, not holding candy, but gesturing for them to come inside. A thin, reedy voice whispered, "We've been waiting for you. Come in and join the party." Mia pulled Jake back. "No way. This is wrong." But Jake, feeling bold, leaned into the doorway and shouted, "Trick or treat." The door flew open. The hallway was empty, but at the far end, in the pitch-black living room, they saw them. Dozens of people, standing perfectly still in a circle, all wearing the same cheap, plastic witch mask. They all turned their heads in perfect, unnatural unison to look at the door. Not a single one of them moved. They just stared with those hollow, green faces. The front door then slammed shut with such force, it shook the house. Jake and Mia didn't wait. They ran and didn't stop until they were back on the main road. They told their parents, who called the police. The officers who checked found the house empty, abandoned for years. No masks, no people. But on the dusty floor of the foyer, they found 2 things. A single, fresh, full-size candy bar, and right beside it, 2 small, child-sized witch masks, laid out neatly as if waiting for their new owners. Story 2. The Scarecrow's Revenge. Mark was driving home from a late shift on Halloween, taking the back roads to avoid the trick-or-treat traffic. His headlights swept across a cornfield, illuminating a particularly gruesome-looking scarecrow. Its clothes ripped and its face stitched into a permanent, jagged scream. He thought nothing of it and drove on. About a mile down the road, his headlights caught something on the shoulder. It was the same scarecrow, same torn flannel, same screaming face. It was now standing by the road, its stake gone. Mark's blood went cold. He sped up, his heart pounding. It took a turn, and there it was again, now closer to the center of the lane. It was waiting for him. This time, as he swerved to avoid it, he saw its head turn, the burlap twisting to follow his car. He floored the gas, not daring to look in the rearview mirror. He finally saw the lights of his own house and screeched into the driveway, fumbling for his keys. As he slammed his front door shut, locking it, he let out a shaky breath. He walked to his living room window to peer out into the night, just to be sure. And there, standing in the middle of his perfectly manicured lawn, was the Scarecrow. It wasn't holding a stake. In its straw-filled hand was a small, neatly wrapped piece of candy. It stood there all night. When the sun rose, it was gone. But every Halloween since, Mark finds a single piece of candy on his front porch. He never sees who leaves it. Story 3. The Unlucky Coin. A young father, David, was handing out candy. A tall, lanky teenager in a pristine, old-fashioned suit and a blank, porcelain doll mask approached. The kid didn't say trick or treat. He just held out his bag. David, a little creeped out, dropped a candy bar in. The teenager didn't move. He then reached into his own pocket and placed a single, tarnished silver coin into David's candy bowl. He tilted his head and spoke in a voice that was far too deep and gravelly for a teenager. "For your little one, a trade." Then he walked away, disappearing into the shadows. David's 3-year-old daughter, Lily, found the coin later and was fascinated by it. She wouldn't let it go. That's when the sounds started. A faint, rhythmic tapping on her bedroom window, like someone flicking a coin against the glass. Then, whispers. They weren't coming from outside, but from her closet, whispering her name. David would burst in to find nothing, but Lily would be sitting up in bed, having a full conversation with the empty corner of the room. The terrifying turning point came when David set up a baby monitor. The audio picked up a clear, deep voice coming from Lily's room in the middle of the night. It said, "The coin is mine. You are mine. I've come to collect." The next morning, David took the coin and threw it into a river, miles from his house. The activity stopped. He thought it was over, until this Halloween. When he went to get the candy bowl from the closet, he found it already sitting by the front door, and inside it was a single, tarnished silver coin. The trade, it seems, was never complete. Story 4. The Haunted Attraction.
Okay, that's enough. Let's get out of here.
A group of friends decided to check out a legendary, unsanctioned haunted attraction run by a known weirdo on the outskirts of town. The place was a maze of black tarps in a derelict warehouse. The scares were intense, too intense. Actors grabbing them, strange liquids dripping on them. They lost sight of each other in the pitch-black corridors. One of them, Chloe, found herself in a room designed to look like a child's bedroom. In a small bed was a figure under a sheet. A recorded voice whispered, "Don't wake the baby." As she tried to slip past, the figure under the sheet sat up. It was no actor. The sheet fell away to reveal a pale, gaunt man with sunken, black eyes and a wide, rictus grin. He wasn't wearing a mask. He whispered, "You're not supposed to be in here." "This one's real!" Chloe screamed and bolted, crashing through a wall of hanging plastic sheets into the cold night air. Her friends stumbled out after her, equally terrified. They called the police. When the officers arrived, they found the warehouse completely empty. No tarps, no props, no people. It was as if the entire attraction had never existed. The police dismissed it as a Halloween prank that went too far. But Chloe knows what she saw, and she knows that they didn't just walk through a haunted house. They were the entertainment in someone else's. To this day, she gets a text message every Halloween from an unknown number. It's always the same. A photo of that same pale man, smiling his terrible smile, standing in a different, normal-looking room, a living room, a kitchen, a hallway.